The Ford Model T is not the first car, not by a long shot, but it is easily the most influential car of the 20th century. Prior to the introduction of the Model T, automobiles were hand-built machines for the elites. Definitely a luxury that only a few could afford. Henry Ford had a simple vision, a reliable and easily maintained car in every driveway in America. Today, we take it for granted, but when Henry Ford had his vision, it seemed insurmountable, as previous cars were so expensive and unreliable that it seemed impossible to realize his dream. But doing the impossible was what Henry Ford would do. Henry Ford founded the Ford Motor Company in 1903, and his first car was the Model A. Not the Model A that most people know. He continued on with every letter of the alphabet up to the Model S. Sadly for Henry, none of these first models, some of which never even made production, were able to meet his dream. But that didn't discourage him. Henry knew he was one car away. In September of 1908, the first production Model T Ford would leave the Piquette Avenue plant in Detroit, Michigan. And when it left the line, a movement was born. It was so popular that within days of being announced, over 15,000 orders were placed. An impressive feat with an $850 price tag. Henry knew he had finally done it, but a major problem arose in production. Only 11 Model Ts were built during the first full month of production. Gonna take forever to meet those 15,000 orders at this rate. So Henry had to change methods. Hand-built just wasn't gonna cut it. So Henry Ford went to the drawing board to design the factory of tomorrow. Ford studied the way workers built the Model T and saw ways to improve, revolutionize, or mechanize productivity, and after producing nearly 12,000 Model Ts, Henry Ford moved from the Piquette Avenue plant to the Highland Park complex in 1910. To build the Highland Park complex, Henry borrowed some ideas from Ransom Olds, who actually started the first mass-produced car, and mixed them with his studies from the Piquette plant and came up with the greatest innovation of the entire Industrial Revolution. Henry introduced to the world the first movable assembly line, and by 1913, it was perfected. Production time was reduced from 12 and a half hours to a mere 93 minutes by 1914, and he did it with less manpower. This reduction in cost for Ford was passed on to the customer as prices dropped below $300. This reduction in cost for Ford was passed on to the customers as prices dropped below $300. By now, Ford was selling more cars than all other automobile makers combined. Henry's vision had been realized. The Model T was light, reliable, and easy to drive. Well, for the time anyway. It had a simple flathead four-cylinder engine producing around 20 horsepower and could hit a top speed of 45 miles per hour. The engine was connected to a planetary gear transmission, which was operated with pedals, not a gear shift. The engine and transmission were so simple that you didn't need to be a mechanic or a millionaire to own one. And that was the point. Henry Ford's vision was a car anyone could afford, repair, and keep on the road for years. By the 1920s, the Model T had become the car that put the world on wheels. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Model T was that they were only painted black. After all, Henry Ford himself is reported to have told his management team in 1909, any customer can have a car painted any color that he wants so long as it's black. What's funny about this claim is that from 1908 to 1913, black was not even offered on the Model T. During those early years, only gray, green, blue, and red were available. It was in 1914 that the any color so long as it's black policy was finally implemented. From 1914 to 1925, black was the only color available due to the low cost of paint, as carbon black pigment was the cheapest available. To keep up with other automakers, Ford did start offering other colors again in 1926. Unfortunately, these paint choices and few design changes made the Model T barely profitable, and production ceased on May 26, 1927. It was commemorated with a ceremony and Henry Ford driving the 15 millionth Model T out of the main factory. Production at other factories continued for a short while, with the final Model T produced in December 1927 in Ireland. This paved the way for the new Model A to begin production. Instead of following model designation precedent and calling it the Model U, Ford thought that the new model was such a departure from the previous models that starting over at A was the thing to do. The Model T wasn't just a major innovation for the automotive industry, but for all aspects of America. The Model T completely transformed the way Americans lived, worked, and traveled. Rural families could now get to town. Workers could commute. Road trips became possible. Crowded cities were no longer as important to live in, bringing about the suburbs and all things defining the middle class. The Model T wasn't just a car. It was a cultural shift. It inspired independence, self-reliance, and the idea that anyone could own a piece of the future. It also inspired countless toy replicas, like this runabout by IXO. And here we go, guys. This is the IXO model's Ford Model T. Wow, isn't that a fun little car? Man, the car that set off the entire world. Comes in the IXO window box, where they got a window box at the top. They've got the window box on the side and a nice display case in there. It is a 1925 Ford Model T runabout two-seater with the top up. The Model T kind of started the entire craze for the automobile. It is IXO's model number CLC454N.22. Really, really nice model. IXO does a great job of making 43rd scale models, and if you haven't seen them, go check out my videos on their 64th scale trucks. They are fabulous, and I got them all linked down below. Plus, I've done a few videos on their 43rd scale trucks, so you've got those too. Now back to this little Model T. It comes in a display case. It is on a sloped base so that the car is angled up and tipped so you can really see it. They even angled it in the package, which is really cool. It has a single screw on the bottom that holds it there, and it's got these little pieces of plastic tape here in order to hold the lid down. Now we'll open her up and get her off the base so we can really see this model, because it is cool. How about that? Next, we'll take that one screw out. It's not too hard to do. Make sure you hold the model firmly to the base.
pressing someplace where you won't break any of the parts on it while you take that screw out. Little Phillips head screwdriver does the trick. They used to use a triangle head, but it seems that they have switched to Phillips heads just like the rest of the world has. And then you take that screw out and then off it comes from the base plate. Of course, on the base plate, it does have information about the model. So if you want to display it on the base plate, you have plenty of options for people to know exactly what it is. And there it is, guys. Now, I will say there are no opening parts. The top doesn't come off. It doesn't flip. Well, you probably could pop the top off right there if you really wanted to, but I would be very careful with it. If you did, it has a little peg there and one on the other side, plus it latches into the windshield there. But the little seat in the back and the engine hood don't open. Neither does the door. It does have rolling wheels, free rolling wheels, and rubber tires on them. Nice little spoked wheels. They painted the spokes black. Kind of been cool if they'd left them wood colored, but that's okay. Model Ts were black and with some metal parts, you know, like the radiator and the lights, but mostly they were all black. Now here on the front, you can see it has the grille, which is chrome plated, and then it's got the Ford right there in the middle of the grille, and then they tampoed black around it for the radiator area. Ford is also cast in the top piece, and then here it is at the radiator cap in the upper reservoir. There's a little crank here. There's also a Ford script license plate down below. You can see the suspension, the front leaf axle, and then the actual axle. Now, it isn't a working suspension. Well, it kind of works, but it's not really a working suspension. Individual jewel headlights, chrome little lanterns on the side, hard ABS plastic windshield. Interior, pretty simple on this guy. It just has a seat, a steering wheel, and levers on the steering wheel, plus a detailed dashboard, which probably you cannot see because it's all black inside. On the back, we have no windows in the back, just open holes, another Ford script license plate, and then a spare tire right here on the ring, because these were really easy spare tires. You just took the four lug nuts right off there and then left the spokes on, and then you swap the ring and the tire instead of the whole wheel like we do today. Today it makes a whole lot more sense, but two-piece rims were very common back in the day. Over to the passenger side, just a door that doesn't open. Grill area here beside the radiator, or beside the engine, which they all had that. And then underneath, actually there's quite a bit of detail underneath. You can see the steering tie rod here, the rear axle, and the drive shaft. Got the differential back there. Then you got the muffler, the exhaust tailpipe, and the exhaust pipe coming out of the bottom of the engine, and then the floor pan there. The running boards are there. Overall, a great little model. IXO, for the money, is a little bit more expensive. They're a little more premium than some of the other brands in 43rd, but they make a really good model. And that, guys, is the IXO Models 1/43rd scale die-cast model of a 1925 Ford Model T Runabout, two-seater with a closed top. It is a real all die-cast model with some plastic parts. A great addition to any collection. And guys, while supplies last, I've got them linked to my website down below. A purchase there really goes a long way to help keeping this channel going. Even if that model isn't there, there are hundreds of to thousands of other models for you to choose from. So click on the link, make a purchase, and support the channel. Thanks, guys.
More than a century later, the Model T Runabout still turns heads. It's not fast, it's not luxurious, but it represents something bigger. A world that shifted gears and never looked back. Every modern car owes something to the Model T, and every paved road, cross-country trip, and daily commute can trace its lineage back to this humble, black-painted machine. Do you remember the golden days of trucking when the roar of the engine promised freedom and adventure? Those were the days, right? Well, guess what? You can keep that spirit alive with our Trucking Fallen Flags T-Shirt of the Month Club. Imagine this. Every month, a high-quality jersey knit T-shirt arrives at your doorstep, featuring a legendary trucking company from the good old days. These are the companies that built our highways, shaping the journeys that we cherish today. Can you picture it? For June 2025, we're paying tribute to Pacific Intermountain Express, flashing their classic logo that dominated the highways of the West. It's like wearing a piece of history. Hey Eric, I said to my buddy the other day, remember those PIE trucks? I always thought that they looked like the kings of the road. Absolutely, he replied with a grin. It's like they owned the pavement on those West Coast mountain passes. And guess what? You can own that heritage too. Join today and become part of something unique. Click over to farmtoysandmore.com to subscribe. Don't just reminisce, wear those memories. Oh, and here's a little secret. These fantastic tees are printed at the same shop that makes my own Heartland Diecast and Promotions gear. I'm wearing one right now, and trust me, the comfort and quality are top-notch. There's another quick link waiting for you at farmtoysandmore.com to buy this shirt. So, what are you waiting for? Let's keep trucking history alive together. Go ahead, click the link, and let's get you started on this monthly drive down memory lane. Stay awesome and keep on trucking. If you enjoyed this look at the Ford Model T runabout, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and let us know in the comments what classic car you'd like us to feature next.